Hey guys, welcome back to Disrespect Disc Golf. I am back at the Green Gauntlet here in Eustis, Florida, one of my favorite parks. And today we've got this little goodie bag here, carrier bag, and stick around to see what's inside. Let's get into it. It is a beautiful day in the park. Well, again, did not warm up. All right, so cool guys. In here I have 6 discs and it's all base plastic, DX plastic, call it what you want. It's all the worst of the worst starter set type discs. So I'm gonna have a challenge today to do 9 holes from the long pads here, but last time we went to the yellow baskets. Today we're gonna be going to the red baskets, which are a little bit closer. And I'm gonna see if I can shoot 2 under par through 9 holes and see how well this base plastic can perform. So let's get into the discs. I'll go from putters to drivers. There's only 6 discs here. Some of these are pretty funky. Some of these are very uncommon as well. First one, this one's common. It's an AVR. This one is 148 grams on it. And it's very, very gummy. So I'll be putting with this one, maybe throwing as well. But yeah, that's what we got for that. This next one is very funky. I don't even know what you call this. I don't know, DGA something, but very, very funky. It's got like the weird groove thing. There's the profile of it. And I've thrown all these discs in the field to kind of test them out. This rim is super, super thick. It's just a very odd feeling disc. But yes, I've thrown all these in a field. This is actually stable. I'm very surprised with this disc. I don't know what it is, but this might be like my approach disc for the day. Next up, we've got the XD PDGA approved. This thing is beat up to smithereens. I'm pretty sure it might be warped somewhere even. I've thrown this, and this is like the flippiest mid-range you can find. Flips over, turns right into a roller, so might be useful on like some forehand scramble shots or something. We'll have to see. But I have to throw every disc at least once. I should probably try to throw them twice though, but at least once for every disc. Now we've got a DX Shark, 175 grams. Yeah, it's not like warped or anything, so seems pretty good. DX Shark, nice little mid-range. 2 more left. To go along with that, we've got a DX Leopard. These are very, very popular, the Shark and Leopard, for like Innova starter sets and for beginners. 148 grams. So that'll be like a tailwind driver or hyzer flip, a turn driver. Last but not least, the extra long driver, Discraft XS. Let me know in the comments if you've ever heard of this disc before. I had not. I'm not a huge Discraft guy, but this was new to me at least. Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos with like Trash Panda and people like that, and showing old discs or discs that are very uncommon. Have not heard of the XS. It's very, very interesting. So let me know if you've ever heard of this disc before. I have thrown it. It turns and then it fades, so it's a good distance driver for base plastic. So yeah, Discraft XS. Those are the 6 discs. I got a birdie 2 holes out of the 9. Let's see if the base plastic can do it. All right, hole 1, 267. Up on the hill. If you go down the hill, it's pretty treacherous. And even if you're up on the hill but short, you've got a death putt coming back. So going with the Leopard, we've got a slight head right to left wind coming. All right, we're pin high, we've got a putt. All right, I just got up to the top of the hill. Take that back, I am not pin high. I am about 40 or 50 feet short, a little bit right. So Might have to lay this up because I'm not taking a big number here. Nice easy par to start out. Off to hole 2. And I'll just say this real quick, that after having thrown these in the field, yes, base plastic is way cheaper, but it's not the worst. Like, it doesn't feel terrible in my hands. Like, it's pretty grippy. I mean, it's base plastic. A lot of people like putting with base plastic discs. They don't get enough credit. Yeah, they can be flippy, they beat in pretty quick, but they're fun to throw. I mean, it's part of disc golf. They're cheap, so it's not a bad idea having like 1 or 2 in your bag, even if it's outside of putters. So they're fun. A little bit underrated, but give them a try. Get some base plastic. Maybe base plastic's gonna make a comeback. So starting right here. All right, long paths to the red baskets on this hole. 516 feet. It's a par 4. I'm gonna go with the XS here. I'm starting way up the hill, and the shot, if you didn't see my other video of this course, going way downhill. This is a iconic shot right here. Very, very tough, very tricky. I'm gonna have to hyzer flip this, and this is one that I need to get through the gap. Like, I have to make this through. I cannot afford a 5. A birdie would be great. If I get through the gap in a good position, then it's just like a hyzer from there. So that's the goal. If I could birdie this one, that'd be chef's kiss. Here we go, hyzer flip with the XS. Okay, so I don't know if you could see that or not, but that was very, very high out of the hands. We've got a runner down there now. But I literally went so high, pushed through like the trees up here, and it kept turning, and it pushed down the fairway, down the tunnel pretty far, and then it faded out. So I might be like on the edge of the woods on the left side down there, but it got pretty dang good distance. That was a nice flight. Okay, this is gonna be very hard to see both the disc and the basket. My disc is right over here on the ground, and the basket is through there. Red basket. So I'll try to find the best camera angle for the shot. All right, I'm going with a leopard here. All right, not mad about that. It's gonna be a par, looks like. All right, I've got a little bit of work left. Gonna try whatever this disc is, little hyzer for the approach. See if I can just miss the trees. Goofy discs. I thought it was long, but it came back, it's parked. All right, hole 3, 432 feet. It's a par 4. I would absolutely call this one a must birdie. Up through this straight gap here, and the basket is way left, so you want something to either skip or flare to the left. So I'm gonna put this XS on a lot of hyzer. I'm throwing this again just because it's, it feels like a 9 speed, which is like my fastest disc. So, time for a driver off the tee. That's gonna be scrambling now. All right, I'm going with the Shark here. Just wanna put on some hyzer, rip it up this right side here, let it fade. Hopefully I get somewhat close to the basket. Didn't get more than like 150 feet off the tee, so definitely need a bigger shot here. So I have to throw every disc at least once, so here goes the Shark. Oh, that disc is gone. Flipped over. That was so bad. We just flipped way over so high. And grip locked it way into the woods. So I've got 5 discs left. Hey, I threw it once, and that's all I'm throwing it, obviously. So, yeah, I'm gonna call that a added stroke and throw 3 from here now. Same lie. Excess. That was filleted. That's really the one thing that I hate about courses like this, is that, I mean, if you go in the woods like this, I mean, look at that. There's just, yeah, good luck. I mean, that shark went so far in there. It's easy to lose discs here, and you don't like to see courses where you can lose so many discs, but there's always courses like that, and this is one of them. All right, I surprisingly have a putt, so here we go. First actual putt with the AVR. I've never putted with AVRs before, so not exactly sure what it's gonna be like. It kind of reminds me of like a Clash Butter, maybe. Pretty neutral profile. Seems like it should be not too understable and not too stable. So let's give it a go. Man, that was so close. All right, hole 4 is another par 4, 447 feet. Tight gap off the tee, but it goes straight and the basket is at the right at the end. So definitely another birdieable hole. I'm 1 over after that last hole, unfortunately, with losing the shark in the woods. That kind of hurt big time. Yeah, pretty soon I'll be able to throw some of these other slower discs off the tee, but I'm gonna go leopard, put on some hyzer, watch it turn, and yeah, I don't really ever throw base plastic discs, so I'm kind of learning the stability and how much torque that they can handle. So hopefully I get this one right. Right into the tree. I'm gonna try to forehand this excess, see what happens. That's a good disc. That held straight for so long. That was awesome. Okay, the basket is just past those palms up there. I'm gonna go with this little white mystery disc. Okay, not stable. You know, I would say that's the problem with base plastic, is that sometimes, like, the speed in which you throw it really affects the disc. I can throw that same disc a little bit less hard and it acts more like a zone. That time, a little bit too much torque and it just held over. So these discs, depending on how much speed and how much snap you give them, can really change how they fly very quickly. So they're very inconsistent, I guess is the best word to describe it as. Very inconsistent discs because of the base plastic. All right, let's see if I can sink it this time with the AVR. Hole 5. I was honestly kind of thinking that the line of 2 under par playing to these baskets wouldn't be too bad of a line. Now I have to birdie out because I'm 2 over. So actually, sorry, I've got 5 holes to play, so I got to get 4 out of the last 5 holes in order to get the goal. It's doable, definitely doable, but also definitely hard since I don't really know these discs that well. Still learning the AVR with putting, and I still have not thrown that pink flippy disc, whatever it's called, I can't remember, XD or something like that. So I still need to throw that one. But yeah, 5 holes left. See if I can start getting some birdies. All right, if there's ever a must birdie hole, it's this one. Hole 5, par 4, 354 feet. 354. Yes, it's wooded, it's tight, there's a lot of trees, but that is hardly any distance. So here we go. I'm actually gonna go with the AVR off the tee. I just want to see if I can glide it down there and get in good position. All right, decent tree kick. That definitely flipped a lot more than I thought I would. I didn't give it a whole lot of power, and I put on some hyzer and it just flipped right over. So not giving DX Plastic, Base Plastic, enough respect. Too much disrespect, you know. Now you see why it's par 4. Basket straight through that little gap right there. I'm gonna go with the XD. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I haven't thrown it, so it's time to break it out. They're just so flippy. Like literally just like scratch everything that I said about, hey, you should bag 1 or 2 base plastic discs besides your putters. Yeah, maybe you should not. Maybe you should not. Unless you're a pro and you know what you're doing, or you know your disc super well and love something really flippy. Could be a good roller disc, I will say that. Good for rollers. But just so inconsistent. Frustrating. All right, birdie putt. Let's go. Good bid, a little short, it's gonna be a par. All right, now I have to birdie out. 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 is pretty hard. Actually, no, it's the red basket. It might not be too hard. But it's doable. It is doable. All right, hole 6, par 3. The sign says 198. Not sure how accurate that is or not. Very, very awkward. You gotta just go through this first right gap right here, and immediately just cuts right diagonally. It's really awkward shot shape. Going with the XD, very, very flippy. Just gonna try to hit the gap on hyzer, let it turn. It's probably gonna turn and burn too much and roll and be short. That's most likely what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna see if I can get it right. So now it doesn't want to really flip. What the actual heck? I was honestly just trying to aim for this woods here, thinking that it would immediately turn off of it. But it pushed straight and then kind of barely turned. It might have been a little bit nose up, but that was kind of disappointing. But you know, it's kind of funny that the disc is called XD because people used to text like smiley faces, like the little X and then the D. So in a way, it's almost like the disc is making fun of me, like, XD, haha, smiling at you. You can't even do it, bro. Okay, I've looked for this stinking pink disc for 20 minutes now. Can't find it anywhere. I'm gonna have to forfeit it. It is just absolutely gone. Absolutely disappeared somehow. I don't know, base plastic just likes to get lost, I guess, which it should, because it just belongs in the trash can anyways. Should just be recycled for one of Trash Panda's inner cores. Okay, I'm just gonna play from where that disc went into the woods and see if I can get up and down for par. Yeah, not too fun playing with base plastic today. Hyzer. All right, that's a putt. All right, so that brings me down to 4 discs left. I've had as many lost discs as I've had bogeys. That's like the actual fun content now. It's like, which is gonna be more, the amount of lost discs or the amount of bogeys? So bad. All right, I got a putt. Not taking a bogey here. All right, hole 7, par 4, 399. Very generous gap. Huge skip fade to the left, and the basket is dog leg left way up there. I'm gonna go with the excess, put on some hyzer, hopefully I can catch the edge and get a nice skip. If I can't birdie this one, you might want to unsubscribe. Just kidding, don't do that. Don't do that. Glorious, absolutely glorious. That wasn't quite the low driven skip flare shot I was imagining. But it was like a perfect hyzer flip, flipped up to almost flat. I guess it did flip up flat, yeah. And then it barely squeaked around the corner and then kept fading. So I'm in a pretty dang good spot right now, I think. And I just gotta say, out of the disc that I lost, the Shark and the XD, those are my least favorite out of these 6. So I'm not too sad, to be honest with you. All right, time to snuggle this under the basket. or 15 feet from the basket. Oh, that was so close. So I fan gripped that approach shot, and I usually never like fan grip anything. I kind of switched up at the last second. Bad mistake. Know your shot before you throw it. I'm sorry, but you can't unsubscribe. Very sorry. All right, hole 8, par 3, 186 feet, 186, that's it. Straight ahead there. Very tight gap. The shot shape, if you have the disc, which I don't today, but if you have the disc, would be to flex something stable, let it come back out. Yeah, very tough little shot here. I'm gonna go with the little weird white mystery disc. Almost good, almost bad, very bad. Parked it. I gotta be honest, I love putting with this. I don't know why, it's just been really good today. Off to my last hole here, but before I get to the hole, just want to give you some thoughts on these discs real quick. I'm basically reviewing 4 out of 6 of them now, so 66% review. AVR, awesome. Not good for throwing, at least this gummy one, which is like 148 grams. But for putting, straight, a little bit of finish, it's been money. Made a few nice putts with it today. Love the AVR. Shark, can't say much about. XD, can't say much about. Lost those both pretty quick. And then we've got the weird white mystery disc. That one, very strange. Weird to grip on backhand, weird to grip on forehand. Not really a fan. It's only good for like a straight approach shot where you just want it to sit flat, or if there's like a hill behind the basket, something like that. Leopard, a little too flippy, but it's a Leopard, you know, most people know what that disc does. And the XD, pleasantly surprised with that one as well. The XD and the AVR were my favorites out of these base plastic ones. Let me know which ones that you liked. And speaking of liked, how about you go like this video, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And we're here at the last hole where I've lost some discs before, so I gotta find some discs after I throw my drive here and see if I can birdie this last one. Tough birdie, but let's see if I can do it. All right guys, last hole, hole 9. It's a par 4 again, and it's 489 feet. Similar to holes 2 tee, and the fact that it's a tunnel off the tee. Then you want to be right after you get past the little tunnel. So I'm gonna go with the Leopard, do a little hyzer flip, see what she does. I'm just yanking things high today. I can't find it. Yeah, I'm calling that Leopard the third casualty. It just disappeared. It's impossible to find anything in there. It's so thick with jungle. Part of me wants to just keep going until I lose every disc. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying this. But it's pretty brutal being out here, actually playing in this stuff. Tough course. Come check it out. Green Gauntlet, Eustis, Florida. It will definitely challenge you, push your mental limits. Yeah. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.